Tosse, todo mundo tossindo.
The band Os Mutantes has a rich history in South America. The group formed in 1966 in Brazil, often playing instruments that they made themselves. Their style fused elements of psychedelic rock and tropicalismo.
Ela é minha menina. Eu sou o menino dela.
Os Mutantes enjoyed considerable success for about a decade, putting out a half-dozen albums before they broke up in 1978. The band lay dormant for nearly 25 years until they agreed to play a festival in 2006, and that's when they found a new generation of young fans.
We played there and then it was like an outrageous response.
That's Sergio Diaz, guitarist and founding member of Os Mutantes.
First of all, I never imagined that we would find like kids there, and there was only kids. We finished the show, the audience was standing for 10 minutes yelling, "Mutantes! Mutantes!" That was like unimaginable. It is easy to play like New York, Miami, San Francisco, LA, there is like Brazilians. But when you see yourself in Lawrence, Kansas, and you're putting out a new album in Portuguese, and the guys are there, and they don't leave, and we have to come back like twice to the stage, this is magical.
It turned out that Os Mutantes had become somewhat legendary during their 25-year hiatus. They had picked up accolades from David Byrne and Kurt Cobain, among others, so they headed back into the studio and recorded their 10th album, called Full Metal Jack, and they're now touring again. Sergio Diaz dropped by the Arizona Public Media Studios to play some new music and to talk about the second life of Os Mutantes. He was interviewed by Mark Dugan.
Some of the new indie rock generation is unabashedly respectful of their elders, I guess, for lack of a better term. They see the music that influenced the music they're into, and they are more than willing to seek out those inspirations.
Yeah. I don't know, it is outrageous to see your music survive your own band, and have a life of itself and cause all this reaction, and you didn't do anything.
What were you doing during the time that Os Mutantes wasn't together?
I was basically doing my own career. I was playing all over the place, and I had like 4 or 5 albums, solos. The thing is, you have to respect the winds of life, So when you see that thing happen, you know that you have some kind of responsibility for that. Then, of course, the first thing I said to the guys is, we're going to make an album. And so we did the first album, which was the Reich, and was very good. And now we're releasing our second album, which is the Full Metal Jack. And it's been like an amazing experience. When I was 13, I quit school, and I said to my mom that I was going to play. And she said, okay, 6 months, you have to then support yourself. So I started to give classes.
So Mom gave you a 6-month deadline to live out your rock and roll dream.
Well, yeah. And then I was making some more money than she did. And she bought me my first electric.
Well, listening to Full Metal Jack, there's a lot of different musical styles, influences there. If someone were to pin you down and ask what drives you musically, influentially, what would you say?
Freedom.
Really?
Freedom.
Freedom to basically paint from any color on any palette.
Of course. Yeah. Whatever you want to do. I mean, if you're an artist, you cannot have any kind of restriction. We do what we feel. And this is the only thing that matters. Otherwise, just pack your bag and go do something else, because as an artist, you have to be free. I believe art and the art of living, they walk hand in hand. So you have to make the best out of it.
So when you put the band back together in 2009, did you have kind of a blueprint in mind of where you wanted to go with it? Just every day's new, huh?
It was 2006, actually. For the Barbican, we thought we were going to make like 1 or 3 concerts, that's all. And when we saw what was going on, they said, whoa, I stopped everything. And I moved to America because of this. It was a huge step.
Let's go back to the early days. You've said that you were particularly influenced by Revolver era Beatles. Well, let's talk a little bit about some of those early influences that caused you to pick up a guitar in the first place. You were also, of course, part of the early Tropicalismo movement.
Okay. First of all, I started with, I believe, with my mother and my father. My mother was a fantastic pianist and composer, and she used to be practicing like 14 hours a day. And that was my childhood. And my father was a great poet and a great opera singer also. After that, we were listening to everything. We were exposed to all of the operas, to all of the classical music. And we were listening to the shortwaves radio all over the world, listen to the music. The Venture is my foundation as a guitarist. I used to put the record like in half speed and get like every note, for all of those songs. So I know all of them. After that, there was like Les Paul, Wes Montgomery, David Brubeck, that was a huge influence. We were like soaking this thing, all of it.
Yeah, I've been on tour for some time, and of course, with the longevity you have, I'm sure you've got some interesting road tales. Anything interesting happened to you around Tucson?
Oh, yeah. Like 15 days ago, we were coming here to Tucson to play, and our bus caught fire in the middle of the road in Texas between Dallas and nowhere, So we were stuck there in the middle of nothing, with fire coming out, and our fire extinguisher didn't work, and thank God everybody, started to stopping, and we were able to extinguish the fire. The equipment didn't get damaged, or none of us, thank God. Those things that happens are like priceless,
And what's great is you still managed to make it to Tucson for a show.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had our commitment, we had to fulfill it. So we came to Tucson as a quartet, as acoustic. We never did this before because we were playing like the heavy rock things on acoustics. It was fun.
That was actually going to be a question, because listening to Full Metal Jack, I mean, certainly you can see how the music could be translated to acoustic, but there's a lot of eclecticism. There's a lot of studio trickery going on in there. Was it easy to transfer it to just an acoustic setting?
The beautiful thing that happened yesterday, you see that basically what matters in a woman or in a Christmas tree or whatever, it is the Christmas tree and the woman itself. If you have a good song, the good song prevails.
Well, Sergio Diaz, thank you for coming in today. Thank you for bringing the band. And you also, speaking of instruments, did come in with a 12-string acoustic. So I'm going to step away from the mic. We're going to bring some vocalists in and have you play a couple of songs for us today.
Why don't you join us and sing?
Well, that would just ruin everything. It's like the photographer's art. The photographer always stays on the other side. Thanks for coming in today, okay, and we'll set up and play a few songs in studio here.
Okay, my man. Everything that you do, all of your fears, vibrations of electrons circulating round atomic rings. And everything that you do, all of your fears, we create realities, believing such a thing as time and space, time and space, time and space, oh, time and space. Time and space. Come with me, disintegrate, following the human race, whether or not we live or die, knowing that it's all a lie. Oh, oh, besides the blues, oh, oh. And everything that we do, all of the fears, Vibrations of electrons circulating round atomic dreams. And everything that we do, all of your tears, we create realities. Believe in such a thing as time and space, time and space, time and space, time and space, time and space. That you do, all of your fears, vibrations of electrons circulating round atomic dreams. And everything that you do, all of your fears, we create realities. Believe in such a thing as time and space, time and space, time and space, time and space, time and space. Oh, 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 oh. Cool. Thank you, guys. Great. It was fantastic.
That's Sergio Diaz and Os Mutantes in a spotlight session recorded at the Arizona Public Media radio studio. He was interviewed by Mark Dugan. You can hear more of the session on the Arizona Spotlight page at azpm.org. Spotlight sessions are recorded and mixed by Jim Blackwood.
Let's do it.
Call the song
Rolling. We're going to start with let's see. Or no, let's start with the Dream is Gone. Okay, The Dream is Gone. I moved to Las Vegas in 2008, I think. And I fell in love with the place because of you guys understand me because, all your mountains and the scenery and the energy, I could feel like whoever was, the Indians were around, the spirits are there. And, there's the Lake Mead and then Mount Charleston, snow, and it was amazing. Great people also. But I started to see, when I started to look for a house, I started to bump into all those foreclosures. And that was a huge shock, because for entering somebody's home and see this person open his door for you to look at his house that you're gonna get, that the guy worked, that was the worst feeling in the world. And this song, The Dream is Gone, is about all of this. For sure, it is a very simple tune, very simple lyrics, but for whoever lost his home has I'm sure, very heavy and deep meaning, okay? So we're going to try to do The Dream is Gone. La la. My voice is great, okay? Chama aí. So, boom, Duncan. My home, my dream is gone. I'm all alone, nowhere to go. I'm on the streets, no place to eat. My dream is lost, no jobs no more. Half of my ship is wrath, can find no hatch to safely hide the waves. In the middle of the deep high sea, without a compass. Detroit is gone. No blues no more. I'm all alone. My country's gone. I'm on the streets, nothing to eat. I lost my mind, can't find my soul. Half of my ship is wrecked, can't find no hatch to safely hide the waves. In the middle of the deep high sea, without a compass, no land in sight. Sorry for the quality of the voice. I lost my voice right on the road. So, we're gonna do now Full Metal Jack, which is the one. This song was about, just watching these kids like enter the planes. They when they're boarding the planes, they say, okay, our military forces first, and our ladies in distress or whatever they put it. I thought this song was about, like just an American soldier. Then I realized that the thing was much bigger than that. I mean, it's about any kid that is going to war, wherever his country is, and he has the slightest idea of what really it is, this thing, So it's not a protest song. Several people are thinking that I'm singing a song about no more war, and it's not that. It's about the yes, more war. That's what it's about. Okay, so let's try to do it. Que tom que é essa merda?
Si.
Si. Die, shot in the gut, my blood is everywhere. My two legs are gone, I don't feel a thing. I won't see my dad no more, but I still have to kill. My weapon is filled, the enemy's all around. Don't know who I am, feeling so cold. Someone is shouting for help. I guess it was me, it ought to be me, 'cause this is the war of hell. Sherazade is dead, was shot in the skies of Baghdad. Magic carpet is gone, crash landed in fire on Alibaba. Yes, no more war. Yes, more war. No more war. Tell it to me. Yes, no more war. Yes, more war. No more war. Sergeant had told me, son, if I be gone, kill for your life or be killed. Oh, what a fuck. I'm dying now alone in nobody's land. But the chopper will come, I'll save you, my son, 'cause this is the war of hell. Peter Pan no more, no books, no hook, no Tinkerbell. All my fairy tales, my children Just to quote the War of the Jets and the Sharks. So, let's do time and space. Let me talk about this song a bit. It is about, we always think that the reality is what we see, and but most of the time, whatever we're experiencing is just like atomic dreams, we're just molecules and atoms and particles. I don't understand why my arm doesn't simply just don't get off together. I mean, just dissolve in the space. What is the substance that make it myself as a unity? So we create time and space, and we create ideas, and we create atomic dreams, and that's what it is about. Everything that you do, all of your fears, vibrations of electrons circulating round atomic dreams. And everything that you do, all of your fears, we create realities, believing such a thing as time and space, time and space, time and space, oh, time and space. Time and space. Come with me, disintegrate, following the human race. Whether or not we live or die, knowing that it's all a lie. Oh, oh, besides the blues. Oh, oh. And everything that we do, all of the fears, vibrations of electrons circulating round atomic dreams. And everything that we do, all of your tears, we create realities, believing such a thing as time and space, time and space, time and space, time and space, time and space. That you do, all of your fears, vibrations of electrons circulating round atomic dreams. And everything that you do, all of your fears, we create realities, believing such a thing as time and space, time and space, time and space, time and space, time and space. Oh, 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 oh. Cool. stop. The time has passed, and gone and gone the moment now. I wonder if we remember what we see. Without a word, we do it all. Consider us a part of all. From head to toes, the taste of tongues, the liquid air, we were the one. There was no love, He was beyond. We were as Christ, the godless Son. For Father and Son, our Holy Ghost. Without a tear, without a close, without a word, we do it all. Consider us a part of all. Without a word, we do it all. Those timeless trees are watching us, the tempting task that we have done. When you one, I am the one, righteous one, my sister's son. And I am gone, I'll see no more. I'm running down the yellow light. Remember me, I was right there. Inside your mind, it was for why. The time has come, the trip begun. We're fading out and still. I wonder if you will remember what we see. Glory, Whoosh. Without a word, we do it all. Consider us a part of all. From head to toes, the taste of tongues, the liquid air, we were the one. There was no love, He was beyond. We were as Christ, the godless Son. For Father and Son, our Holy Ghost. Without a tear, without a hope, without a word, we do it all. Consider us a part of all. Without a word, we do it all. Tripping. Okay.
Good?
Thank you, guys.
Great.
It was fantastic.